Part of my mission to give my clients and viewers the tools you need to open up U.S. bank accounts, start U.S. businesses, and just generally be more successful and have access to more financial tools, I have created this video to show you a template and to share with you a template for a residential lease contract. If you want to open a personal bank account in the U.S. and you're traveling to the U.S. and you're not from the U.S. and you have no proof of address, it's getting tougher and tougher to open a bank account. Banks aren't accepting phone bills anymore. While you might have family that live in the US or good friends or anything like that, you need some kind of proof of address, especially to open a personal bank account at Chase or Bank of America. Because if you go in there with a lease document and you go in there with a passport, you can generally open up a personal bank account as long as you have like a proof of address. And because many banks are now requesting a utility bill, it's not as easy to get that because it's hard to. I don't want to have you making fake utility bills. So if you say, James, I'm flying to Miami next weekend, I'm going to stay with my uncle who has a house. How do I get proof of address for my uncle? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you a generic yet long and detailed residential lease. I'm just going to share like a template of what a residential lease should look like. You can use it for whatever you want to use it for. And I would probably make the amounts lower if you're going to use it for your uncle in case they want to actually make you pay rent. But again, this is going to serve as proof of address, which is essential in opening a personal bank account and eventually building your whole credit score and building your US identity so that you can get credit cards, bank accounts, and all the financial tools again. While if you're based outside the US, you don't have to pay any US taxes on it. So let me share my screen and let's get into this a little bit. So on the screen you can see this is a residential document. It's based on a lease that I've personally signed in my life. You put up here the owner of the property, you know, your uncle's name, the tenant would be your name, and then the exact address of the property. And then you can legally describe it as, you can put the same address if you want. You have to put on here the term, the start date, the expiration date, and you can type these in. There's a lot of other things in here just to make it look longer and more legitimate as a lease. So they have the automatic renewal and notice of termination. You have to let them know 30 days before. And then at the bottom of every page, you have the tenant initial and the landlord initial so that you guys can manage this on your own and have it signed and done. Have it for $500 a month. You can change whatever number you want. You can play with this document as you want, but I've never seen a template this good on the internet. Place of payment, name, address, method of payment, fine, whatever. Late charges, you can do whatever you want with that. Returned payment fees, application of funds. There's some stuff about having animals on the property. A security deposit of $500. Utilities here, important note, I have landlord will pay all connection fees, service fees, usage fees, and other costs for all utilities to the property. So it's basically, you're showing that you don't have a utility bill because it's included in your rent. That's why it's on the lease. That's why you have no utility bill. This is where you list the occupants. You put your name. If you're married, maybe your spouse's name so that they can use the document as well. Parking rules, access by landlord, move-in conditions, sight unseen, move out. And this is just a generic lease you can use if you need to show that you rent or have an address somewhere. Again, you should probably use an attorney. I'm not an attorney. This is not a legal document. Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. I'm just sharing a document that I've kind of tailored and we'll make available if you want to use it, because I just love my guys on YouTube. And if you're watching this video and you're hearing me talk about you on YouTube, just like and subscribe. Quick plug for me. All of that is just generic boilerplate information. It was generally for the state of Texas, so this is all generally Texas statutes, but I took out the name Texas for everything. So I don't know how it applies to you or what you're doing, but these are for Texas rules. This is where the landlord would sign, landlord name, the signature and the date, tenant name, signature and date, and then the initials on the other lines. If you need a proof of address because you live with your grandma or because you have a family member in the US that you're just visiting and you need to open a personal bank account, this document will generally, it should work. I'm testing it out with my clients now, and if you need help opening an LLC or opening bank accounts or need introductions to bankers or want to open accounts without traveling or need general help on those type of things, you can definitely contact me and my team, jamesbakercpa.com/schedule. If you've paid taxes and you shouldn't have, or if you paid taxes and you want to see if you can pay less, you can contact us as well. That's generally what we do, but this is something that's been requested a fair amount, both by me and by my clients. So I made it for you, and I hope it is helpful. Again, like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys on the next video. I have more videos about creating your US identity. So stick around, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.